beautiful people. Welcome back to Idiom Insights, where we mix a dash of wit with a pinch of wisdom to help you master English idioms. I'm Emma, your ever-curious guide on this linguistic adventure.
And I'm Jack, your resident pun master and occasional mischief maker. Today, we're taking a hilarious dive into 3 idioms that might just change the way you see everyday situations. A blessing in disguise, a dime a dozen, and beat around the bush.
That's right. We'll not only break down what each phrase means, but also share some real-life, laugh-out-loud examples. So grab your headphones, maybe a cup of coffee, or tea if you're fancy, and let's get into it.
Our first idiom is a blessing in disguise. This quirky phrase describes a situation that seems awful at first, but later turns out to be surprisingly beneficial.
Imagine planning the perfect picnic, only for the skies to open up with rain. At first, you're drenched and grumpy, but then you discover the rain cleared the park of pesky mosquitoes. That unexpected perk? Pure magic, a blessing in disguise. I once missed an important meeting because my alarm failed. Turns out I ended up stumbling upon the best brunch spot ever. Who knew a lazy morning could be so deliciously fortuitous?
Exactly. Life loves its plot twists. Now let's listen to a dialogue where our friends Sarah and Mike show us how sometimes misfortune hides a silver lining.
I was really upset when my flight got canceled at the last minute. I felt stranded and miserable.
I know, but then you ended up discovering that quirky little art exhibit downtown, right?
Yeah, it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I got to enjoy something unexpected, and I even made a new friend.
See? Sometimes a setback is just life's way of nudging you toward a hidden treasure.
Next up, we've got a dime a dozen. This idiom is used when something is so common, you might as well find it on every corner.
Imagine wandering through a busy market and noticing that every stall is selling the exact same quirky keychains. You'd say they're a dime a dozen, no rarity, just a lot of sameness.
Or think of those overused buzzwords in business meetings. Trust me, they're as common as water. And hey, not everything shiny is gold. Sometimes it's just, well, ordinary.
Let's roll into a quick chat with Laura and Tom, who discovered firsthand that not every trendy cafe creation is a masterpiece.
I tried that new coffee shop downtown, but honestly, the latte art was a dime a dozen. It looked like every cup was auditioning for the same role in a coffee commercial.
Right? There are dozens of places offering the same cookie-cutter designs. It's like they're on a secret mission to make every latte look exactly alike.
Exactly. Sometimes, you just need to find that hidden gem that dares to be different.
Couldn't agree more. Uniqueness, folks, is what makes life interesting.
Our final idiom for today is beat around the bush. This one's all about dodging the main point, usually by talking in circles or taking the scenic route in conversation.
Picture this. You ask someone a straightforward question, and instead of a clear answer, they launch into a tangent about the weather, their morning routine, and even the neighbor's cat. That, my friends, is beating around the bush.
And let's be honest, we've all been guilty of it. Sometimes our brains just want to avoid the real talk. Now, listen to Rachel and Chris in this hilariously all-too-relatable exchange.
All right, Chris, spill it. Why exactly were you late for the meeting?
Well, you see, first the traffic was bizarrely slow. Then I couldn't stop to admire a dog doing a somersault in the park, and oh, did I mention the squirrel that stole my sandwich?
Chris, stop beating around the bush and just tell me what happened.
Okay, I overslept. My apologies.
Now that's the straight talk we needed, even if your morning did sound like a wildlife documentary.
So today, we took a wild ride through 3 idioms: a blessing in disguise, a dime a dozen, and beat around the bush.
Each one has its own charm, and a little humor goes a long way in understanding them. We hope you enjoyed the mix of wit and wisdom, and maybe even found a new favorite phrase.
Now it's over to you. Drop us a comment with any fun or unusual ways you've used these idioms, or tell us about your own blessing in disguise moments.
And remember, if you laughed, learned, or simply liked hanging out with us, hit that like button and subscribe. More idiom adventures and quirky conversations are just around the corner.
Thanks for tuning in to Idiom Insights. Until next time, keep speaking English like you mean it.
Goodbye, everyone, and may your days be full of unexpected blessings.
Bye,
Bye
for
for
now.
now.